Okay, as I already said that it of course starts with the original ship. So we have concentrated on the customer experience. The ship itself, the profile is similar to the original. The interior is as authentic as it can be. On the other hand, we have had to take into consideration all the new rules concerning safety and fire and things like that. And of course, on the crew side, all the rules about crew comfort and things like that. So it looks the same, but it isn't the same. So we have added all the lifeboats, and then you have air conditioning, you have some more public spaces. On the lower decks, the engine room is of course completely different. It's not steam boilers and things like that. It's diesel engines. Propulsion is modern. The underwater hull is more economical. And on that side, when you go to food and beverage, it of course fulfills the modern rules for that. If you consider crew, you had a lot of these guys handling the coal and steam and those things. All these persons are now changed to crew that support the customers, service people. So in that sense, one big difference is also that the ship is welded. It's not riveted as it was, or the original was.
Titanic 2 will be every bit as luxurious as the original Titanic, though it will have the state-of-the-art 21st century technology, as well as the latest safety and navigation systems, right? Things like public rooms, passenger stairs, cabin rooms, their locations will be in similar positioning as on the original ship. And as Andrew highlighted, the original separation between first, second, and third classes will be kept in Titanic 2's final design. Blue Star Line has also established a historical research team made up of Titanic historians, as well as descendants of passengers, to ensure Titanic 2 will, resemble the original vessel. It will be the ultimate in comfort and luxury, featuring onboard gymnasiums, swimming pools, high-class restaurants, and luxury cabins.
You said there are 3 classes. Could you give us an idea of price points for individual passenger tickets for first, second, and third class?
We've had obviously overwhelming expressions of interest for people who want to already get on board the ship, and we've had there's probably half a dozen people already have offered more than $1 million to get on board the maiden voyage, and I think going back to my earlier thing is the worldwide interest that you'll get arriving in New York for the first time and being part of that is going to be something that a lot of people are going to want to be involved in. So,
for reference purpose, right? So Titanic 2, the passenger capacity is around 2,400 people, and the crew capacity is around 900. And we will have, roughly speaking, 840 cabin rooms, and the split amongst first, second, and third class is, roughly speaking, 370 cabin rooms, first class, 200 second class, and 260 third class, all in around 840.
Tara Loder Wilkinson, billionaire. I was just wondering, after the Titanic 2 has completed its journey from China to Southampton to New York, and then back again, what's the idea for it after that? Where will it be? Will it carry on touring the world? And what will it become?
I can answer that one. So the idea obviously is that the ship is, we're building it to create an authentic experience for people. And obviously the ship was built as a passenger liner to transport people from, England or the UK, which in that time was, you know, the old world, to the US, which is the new world at that time. And really, I mean, the ship will do that route, but obviously we've got this opportunity to take the ship around the world to give everyone the opportunity to see and experience what that journey or what the ship was like. So whether that be you get on board a voyage from New York, say, down to South America, or whether when the ship arrives in port, you just come on board the ship and have a tour around, you know, have the opportunity to take your photo, you know, the king of the world at the front of the ship. We have that opportunity for people. So, you know, we really believe that what will happen is, you know, predominantly the UK to US journeys, but obviously worldwide exposure as well through every port. I mean, I believe that the Shuntak cruise terminal here is about to be opened next week, and
TITANIC.
TITANIC, and we, you know, will bring the ship in here, and everyone will be able to see and experience it for themselves.
Where are passengers going to come from? Is this something that you aiming this at the Chinese audience? Are you aiming it at Australians? What sort of what feedback have you had so far, and what's your target? And just a question on the financing and cost. I know you can't comment on the cost, but I'm still interested to know if there's a target date by which the company expects to recoup the costs. Is this something that'll be cash flow positive as of, I don't know, years, 2, 3, whatever? Is there any sort of guidance you can give us on that? Thanks.
I think, you know, we've had worldwide interest in this. We've had people, you know, there's people in UK, in the US, in Asia, South America. They're all interested in getting on board the ship. So, you know, that's obviously for us, you know, we're wanting to be able to showcase this. And as, you know, Professor Palmer said, you know, it's a ship of peace, and it's a ship of where dreams can come true. So, you know, in terms of specifically targeting, no, we're not going to target any specific area, because we really feel that we can you know, have this ship travel all around the world for everyone to see and experience. And, you know, some people might not be able to afford a voyage, but maybe they can afford to come on board the ship and see what it was like in a harbour. So whether they spend a day kind of touring around the ship, looking at the rooms, maybe even the opportunity to enjoy some food on board the ship as well. So, you know, we're very fortunate that, you know, for the last 100 years, Titanic has been you know, a worldwide, I guess, interest for a lot of people, and everyone knows about it. And, you know, we obviously like people like Mr. Cameron, who make movies and help promote this thing for us as well. So we have a fantastic opportunity for people everywhere to be involved. And like we said before, there's the interest of people, passengers, the general public. Then there's obviously the commercial opportunities for companies. You know, maybe it's a co-branded line where, I don't know, I'll throw it out there, someone like a Coca-Cola or someone would like to do a co-branded opportunity. I mean, the reach on this project is something that we think that hasn't really been seen before.
Yeah, Titanic 2 is just a compelling story of triumph, tragedy, and love. Many people, when they think about Titanic 2, they think about the romantic story of Jack and Rose, Romeo and Juliet. So I'm sure many people can associate themselves one way or the other with Titanic. So I guess our target has no limits on boundaries. You know, any people around the world who can associate themselves with Titanic, who have a passion or interest on Titanic, they will be our target customers. Yeah. And going back to your earlier question about the cash flow question, I'm afraid I cannot disclose much, but Titanic 2 will be a cash flow positive proposition. As to how long it would take for break even, I'm sorry, this is confidential. I cannot disclose. You know, as CSC, Jinling, and Delta Marine, you know, said respectively, we have done a lot of work up till now, and we are working very hard with both parties. And the common goal is for Titanic 2 to set sail in 2016. As Mr. Ge earlier said, you know, upon finalization and signing of the shipbuilding contract, you know, it takes around 3 years. It takes around 3 years to construct Titanic 2. So it's hard at this point in time to pinpoint a specific date. But as I said, at this point in time, we do not see any obstacles for Titanic 2 not to set sail within 2016. To the extent that if there are any, changes in terms of planning, etc., we will certainly let all of you know. Thank you.
Okay, so my follow-up question is, if you're optimistic that you can finish in 3 years, and you're finalizing your contract, are you putting in any kind of penalties into the contract if it doesn't get delivered within your 3-year time frame?
Certainly, like any standard ship building contracts, there will be a liquidated damages provision. There will be penalty for not only delays, but amongst other things, the dead weight, etc. Yeah, there will be penalties built into the contract, for sure.
Well, look, I appreciate everybody's time and your interest in this, but as I said, the three gentlemen in the middle, if anybody wants to have sort of one-on-ones with them, we might do those now. But thank you very much for your interest in the project, and we certainly look forward to keeping you updated as we get closer to that date, 2016. Thank you.
Thank you very much.